Okay, so we were actually originally planning to do this as a sit-down video, but we've decided that we're going to do it on the fly in Woolworths.
In Woolworths. People might be looking at us strangely, but
this is going to be really fun. Okay, so
this video is all about the 5 foods that we would never eat again. So foods that we would have eaten in the past. And
as
you might
kids.
see some of them like we still come across at parties and things, but we would stay clear of it. You know, we have our little cheap foods that we enjoy, but these are not on the list. These are too weird.
These foods are like super processed, super nasty, super bad for your body. So we're going to cover our top 5.
Yeah, so we're going to go for a wander and find what we find.
We're going to start ripping on some foods. This is our aisle, guys. Fresh food aisle. So, number 1 we have...
So our number 1 contester is Cheezels. So we would put in the same category like Twisties and all the weird kind of snack foods that are put into like funny shape. So this guy is like something mushed up and then reconstituted into the Cheezle shape and then imbibed with the fluorescent yellow stuff which makes Cheezels. We would not eat this, guys. Like even at a party or something we might eat chips or even some corn chips and things like that, but this is getting a little bit too weird.
Avoid. Okay, so next up we have cereals. So cereals, a lot of the common cereals we would avoid. So starting with probably the worst offenders, which would be things like Fruit Loops, which we ate very rarely when we were kids, but we still did eat them on occasion. Fruit Loops, there we go.
These guys are pretty bad too. Oh. No.
Like,
you see, this has the circle shape situation as well.
and all of the artificial colorings, and let's just find the ingredients. Yeah, a lot of sugar, just a lot of crap that you don't want, basically. Scary that a lot of people are eating this every day, especially children.
And this guy again, the weird shape.
And then of course
it's definitely a bad idea when something is shaped into something that would never ever occur in nature. Like, where do you find this? Where?
And then we also have, we did mention it a little bit before, the Weet Bix. It's called Weet Bix. Wheat that has been reshaped into biscuits.
Yeah,
and then
we used to eat this all the time too.
And like usually people put like syrups and golden syrup on top of it.
And it has like a 5-star health rating, but that's
yeah, maybe we should touch on that too. That's really quite worrying that something like coconut oil doesn't have a very high star rating, but in Australia this is considered 5 stars based on the fact that it has fibre in it. Get fibre from your vegetables, not from these weird reconstituted wheat products.
Okay, so next up we have really rubbish snack foods. So we've come across these guys. Le Snack. If you're in Australia, you probably know this brand. And we also have like these LCM things. So it like breaks our heart that like children are fed these, and like, sorry mum put these in our...
No, we ate these for years.
We grew up on this stuff.
When you look at the ingredients, it's a bit freaky. Basically just rubbish.
Basically just rubbish. So
I don't even know. I'm sure these are just as sad, you know.
All these,
like the number of ingredients, it's just... Like, to be honest, it's just not food, guys. It's just not food.
Yeah, and these are really marketed to kids too, like all looking all fun, and it really gives kids a taste for that sugary, junky.
Well, I remember people used to be like jealous of the other kids that had like LCMs and stuff, you know?
So yeah, no matter what, these are like not getting in our mouths, basically.
Okay, so next up we're moving on to drinks. In particular, we're talking juice. So juice is basically packed with sugar. You take something that was good, something that was whole, like a whole piece of fruit, and then you just extract the sugar basically. Definitely out and almost just as bad as soft drinks. So even our Coke and things like that. slightly better maybe because they have some vitamin C and other things like that, but all in all, packed with sugar. Cordial. That's also really bad. Like this kind of stuff, this isn't even like from any kind of natural source when it's just straight up cordial. Like it's got additives, it's got colorings.
We used to not drink our water any other way here in Australia.
Yeah,
not
I remember
sure.
when we were kids, I was like, I don't like the taste of water, like.
So while we're talking about drinks, we have got to say Coke. Coca-Cola.
And even the one that is flavoured with partially stevia. No.
It's just drinking liquid sugar.
No.
Just no. So honestly, we could pretty much go to town on this whole drinks aisle. So we've got like soft drinks all down this side, and then on the other side we've got all of our energy drinks. So these are all loaded with sugar and artificial ingredients that definitely don't want to put into your body. So when it comes to drinks, basically this section at the end is like some coconut water, plain water.
This is what I would recommend. Some plain water.
We're gonna lose count of how many things we're ripping on in this store.
It's gonna sound really harsh, but I think the thing that I actually hate the most is the deli meat aisle. Like on many different levels, a lot of this meat is just coming from unethical sources.
So this could be from sow stall pork.
With pretty much, you know, animals that have been treated horribly, had horrible lives. So we want to really make it clear that we want to make it really clear that we don't approve of any of this kind of factory farmed BS.
We were initially going to name this video 5 foods we would never eat again, but I think we should rename it as like going to town on Woolworths.
It's
going
not even
to town
just Woolworths,
on the grocery
stores. We have a sneaky number 6. And I mean, there's so many more that we could think of, but we're gonna go with this one. This is the butter section, and we actually do like butter. Butter is very healthy, but you want to make sure that you're choosing the right butter. So a grass-fed butter, and one that is actually 100% butter. So a lot of these you'll actually find if they're spreadable, they are mixed with vegetable oil, which is toxic. So this.
We would not eat. What's in this guy? It's like, it's just vegetable oil, guys.
So even a lot of the butters that you think are fine, so often when they say spreadable, that means that they've had to add another type of oil to make that possible. So we have, you can see, only 52% milk fat and then rapeseed oil. So this is not true butter.
So you want to buy something more like this guy, which is just pure organic butter with nothing added other than a bit of salt for this one.
Okay guys, so that wraps up the 5/6 foods that we would definitely avoid. So we kind of wanted to wrap up this video by saying that if you're still someone that's kind of, you know, dipping your toes into those foods every now and again.
Yeah, like we're not making this video to make you paranoid about a lot of these foods, but everyone's sort of on their own journey and they're at different places. So we've definitely been in the place where we were hooked on a lot of these foods, and they were the foods that we would dip our toes into now and again when we were feeling a bit like something for a treat.
Or just things that we just grew up on in general. Like there's a large portion of our life that was spent eating a pretty standard Western American, you know, diet.
Yeah, so no matter where you're at, you know, everyone is on their journey, and if you are getting better with your food month after month, then that is always positive. And if you do take steps backwards, don't beat up on yourself. It's just, you know, a new day tomorrow, and keep on going with it. But for us, where we're at, these are definitely foods that we're no longer tempted by, which is really exciting, because I think when you start out, you can be very tempted by these foods. And as your palate changes, your tastes change, your body just doesn't crave it anymore, and yeah, you can just go and have a laugh around the grocery store.
That's the thing, it's like they barely seem like foods anymore, so it's kind of just a bit of fun for us.
And so you can see that definitely our #1 tip for staying healthy and keeping away from temptations and distractions is to shop that perimeter of your grocery store. So just stick to the fresh food aisle. You might have to nick into, you know, the middle of the grocery store for different things like your cooking oils, but in general, if you just stick to that outer part for your fresh foods, you'll be on the right track.
And I guess we might end it there for today. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.